when you literally reach a certain point, it's like everybody's responsibilities become yours somehow, some way.
Yes, literally.
And I'm like, wait, how did this even happen? Because I didn't grow up poor, but I grew up in low income.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't had Section 8. I didn't had, after I had the low income, then I had the Section 8. I even had got government assistance. I don't know what y'all call it out here, but we had cash aid, food stamps, all those things.
Yeah.
So when I was like where was everybody at to save my problems?
Right.
Like, so it's like
that's it too.
Yes, where was y'all at?
No, and even like now, right? Like, okay, so who do I go to when I need something? When I need help, or I'm in a bind, or I gotta figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got nobody I can ask.
Good idea, now we buying merch. That's ghetto. Payment miss. Ooh, the ghetto. Say she quit. Ooh, the ghetto. Late on your rent. Rent is ghetto. New event. Ooh, the ghetto. Invoice in. That ain't ghetto. Money spent. Oh, that's ghetto. Hold on, it's kind of ghetto being a CEO.
Honestly, you already been struggling with marketing. Like, you don't know what you're doing, but you're trying to make 6 figures next year. You're trying to get to 7 figures next year. You honestly need to be in the school of marketing. Not because, I'm just trying to tell you to do this, but because you actually need to be learning how to master your marketing. In the first 7 days, we've had people to actually increase in their content. In the school of marketing, we help you perfect your launch process. So you're not just dropping stuff out of the blue. You actually have a launch process. So listen, I want you to join the school of marketing, not only so you can get more leads, not only so you can get better at content, not only so you can get better at launches, but that you can make more money. Am I going to see you inside?
Welcome back to another episode of the Ghetto CEO Live Podcast. I hope you guys have been enjoying this season because we've been putting a lot into it, right? But listen, this episode is no different. We have brought one of the biggest bosses on here as well to talk to you about their Ghetto CEO stories, because honestly, y'all, being a CEO is super ghetto. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If this is your first time tuning into the podcast, the Ghetto CEO is all about honestly bringing the truth to entrepreneurship. Like, it is not always fun, okay? There are some tears that we cry during the night to build this business, and I think that we are a little bit crazy to choose this journey. But today we're going to inspire you once again to keep going, keep pushing, and keep going to your dreams with another CEO story. So welcome to the Ghetto CEO Podcast.
Thank you.
What's up?
I'm excited, and I'm just have you ever been so excited about just different things? Like, and you don't even have like a pinpoint on it. You just know great things are coming. Just great things are coming. So I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to 2024. And also, I'm just happy to be here, to be on your platform too as well. So thank you so much. I see that you do great things, and I really wanted to be here. So thank you.
Well, tell me, introduce them to your business and yourself, and we're going to jump into it.
Okay. My name is Neisha. I am the owner of Alluring Curves, which is located in Northridge, California. We were in Long Beach for 3 years, and now we're in Northridge. Okay. What we do there is we do all non-invasive services. So body contouring, skin tightening, laser lipo, radio frequency. We do all those different things without the need of surgery. And if you've had surgery, you can still come and like maintain your services too as well. So everything is like no downtime, no pain, everything non-invasive. And I also have a mentorship program too as well. So I help others that's in the beauty industry take their business to 6 and 7 figures because I was able to do that. So now I go and help the young ladies that need help too as well in the industry. So I help them with my mentorship program, and I also have classes to where I can certify them inside of the beauty industry too as well. So getting them certified and providing them all their equipment so that way they're ready to just go out and build a business.
I love that. So when you think about the ghettoest thing when it comes to your business, like, or building in this journey, what is like, man, I did not know I had to do this, but this was ghetto.
You know what? It's been so many different things, but one thing I have to really touch bases on is the customer service on our end, like how I'm not saying I provide ghetto customer service or nothing like that. I'm not saying that, but it was just, sometimes people are their delivery too as well, and you still have to, you still have to make sure everything is flowed. You still have to make sure that things are said or even worded a certain way too as well when you are, writing your emails or whatever you're sending out back to them. But I would want to say really finding patience.
Yes. I mean, that's what it requires. Patience. Because what, like, cause the level of expectations that some people have is just like, okay, like I didn't know like this is where we was going. I tell my team all the time, like we'll get DMs and people would be like, I bought a course or a class in 2020 and I can't log in. Ma'am, it's damn near 2024 and you're still trying to log. You're trying to log in for the first time. Like your license is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like you no longer have access to this program. So I'm like, it's just in my mind. I just be wondering about the audacity sometimes.
Yeah, like what do you be thinking?
Like,
are you think like that?
Right.
That's
exactly.
normal.
Right, right. And so you got to know as a CEO when to pull yourself out because it's like, you know what?
Yep.
Don't y'all just handle it.
Yeah, I agree. I've learned as a CEO too as well, learning how to pull myself out of different situations too as well. Not even just with business, but also with like family, friends, you know, team, like a whole lot of things.
Yes.
So,
okay, so talk to us about that. Like, how do you navigate? Because there's this thing where we got like success tax, right? Yeah. Like once you start making a little money, like people start asking you for buku wild shit. Like the dynamic just changes from your family, your friends, your team. Like, how have you navigated that?
Well, now it's really easy for me now. It's like, bye.
Yeah.
It's really easy for me now, but before it would be hurtful. And sometimes it's like I will go back and forth with myself, like, am I making the right decision? But anything that causes you frustration, anything that causes you pain, anything that takes away your peace, takes away your income, or anything from your business, your family, on how you eat, it shouldn't be back and forth. You shouldn't be having to go back and forth with that. But I literally had to learn how to say no. It was just of me learning how to just say no. Yeah. Even, you know, with my family, with friends, with assistants, you know, I didn't have people use and abuse just certain different connections of just being connected to me. Like I've had family work with me too before, and I had to let them all go.
How did that work? Like when you say you had family work with you, what happened? Like to make you be like, okay, no.
I feel that they don't respect the fact that I'm the boss. I'm either cuzzo to them, or, you know, like it's not she's the boss, or it's like I'll get to work when I get there, or I'm going to come in when I'm supposed to come in, or I'm going to come in when, you know, I got something I got to do, but then I'm going to come here. You wouldn't do that if you was in corporate America. You would be rushing to work because you got a 15-minute grace period, or you getting docked. Right. You know, you wouldn't do that. You would show up. And then on top of that, just utilizing things you do not have access nor permission to even use when it comes to like income or any credit cards or anything like that. Yeah. Like, no, you got to go. Like you have to go. And it'd be painful, but I feel like it's just something that we learn to deal with. We learn how to cope with it. It's a pain that'll never go away.
It honestly isn't. And one thing, I think the pain is like in your mind. Yeah. When you start this thing, you be like, I want a family business. Like, I want to do this with my family. Yes. I want to do this with my friends. Like, I want to help put my people on. Like, if I could make sure that you get an extra 6 figures, you get an extra 7, like you come up and then you try. And it's like, it don't work out. Like, it's a shock.
Every time I've tried to put somebody in a position to do something to get extra money to anything, I'm the one that's always like at the end, like, why did you do that? Or like, you knew this wasn't gonna work before, but I've tried to put my family in positions to do these things because I'm the first person in my family to hit 6 and 7 figures. I'm the first person in my family to have property outside of the grandparents. You know, the grandparents, they're going to have a home to where this is our home. This is where our children and grandchildren go. But I'm the only one.
And that's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot.
Because everybody is looking at you like, okay, this grandma house flooded. You gonna handle that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you
listen, it's this.
You gonna do it
when you get to a certain when you literally reach a certain point. It's like everybody's responsibilities become yours somehow.
Yes, literally.
And I'm like, wait, how did this even happen? Because I didn't grow up poor, but I grew up in low income. I didn't had Section 8. I didn't had what is it? After I had the low income, then I had the Section 8. I even had got government assistance. I don't know what y'all call it out here, but we had cash aid, food stamps, all those things. So when I was like where was everybody at to save my problems?
Right.
Like, you know, so it's like You want
that's it too.
Yes, where was y'all at?
No, and even like now, right? Like, okay, so who do I go to when I need something, when I need help, or I'm in a bind, or I gotta figure this out? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got nobody I can ask.
Yes, and you know what's so crazy is that, oh my God, the crazy thing about that is my first year I started, I was just going. I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
My first million I made, I lost it.
That was my story too.
I lost it.
Yep.
And I was like, and you don't even really see it going. You just, you know when it's gone.
Yes. And I literally talked about this on the podcast I was on. I was on Donnie Wiggin's podcast, Full Transparency. And I was like, y'all, people really think like making $1 million is a lot of money. Y'all, it's not a lot of money. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not a lot. Yeah. Especially when you're trying to figure out the business because you're pouring back into the business. I'd be happier if I had some Birkins or I had some G-Wagons or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, at least I could see where the money went. But it's like, okay, I need a mentor, so let me try this. Okay, that one didn't work, so let me try another one. I need these funnels, I need this. Like, you pouring back into your experience because nobody is teaching you.
Yes, and everybody is like this. Yeah. And that's how it happened. It was like, oh, it's Neisha, I need this, or I need this, or it's always a sad story. If they're not asking to give you a sad story, so then you could be like, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to help the people because I wanted to be the change in my family. I want to see. I want to be the change in a world that I wanted to see. So I have to change it. But then you also have to just don't let people take advantage of that. Set a limit, set boundaries. And the moment that we say no, I'm sure you've experienced is now we're the bad guy. Or now we this, or now you, she thinks she all that, she got this. But I tried to teach you the same thing. I even do free classes where I try to, all my cousins know, all my family, anybody that knows me, why you didn't show up to the free class? Why you didn't learn how to, learn your craft and your task even more? It's because you just want this.
Right. And it's like also understanding that you don't want to be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say no, but I also have to protect myself. Yeah. And I was just talking to my boyfriend about this, and I was just like, you know how they have different budget plans? They got like the 70-30-10, they got the 60-50, whatever. And I was like, we need a budget plan called the Founder First budget plan, right? Yes. Because when you are building a business, a lot of times you put your well-being or your financial health on the back burner, right? So when you go to a job, you had a job, you'll get your check, you'll be able to, pay off your debt and invest and do all the things. But those first few years of the business, and that first time you make that $1 million, it's every dollar is going back into the business, or you helping everybody, But no, then you look up, you like, I done lost it, and my bank account looking crazy. Right. Like me personally, I ain't got nothing, and I done gave it away to everybody. You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of times that is the place that people go wrong, right? Yes. Like they don't put the founder, you first, of like getting your own financial health in the right place, so you can pour back into the business, because people and this business will suck you dry if you let it. Have you been completely isolating yourself in business? Like you don't have people that you could do this business with. Well, you need coworkers, and that is why we created the Entrepreneurs Coworkers Community. This allows you to be able to develop relationships with other people in your community. So in the Entrepreneurship Coworkers Community, we give you a quiz to find out who you are and what type of CEO you are. And in this quiz, you get to meet other CEOs that may be more creative or traditional or hybrid. We have these CEOs there for you. But even taking it up a notch, we have local chapters in your city, from Atlanta to Dallas to New York to Houston to Chicago, chapters in your city where we're actually linking up every single month to work together, linking up to go to brunch together, having fun together, doing community service outreach. Like, this is a section of our life where we can really co-work and mingle with other people. It's time for you to get some coworkers, sis. And this community is completely free. Just because you're watching this podcast, all you have to do is pause the podcast, click the link below, take the assessment, get in the community, and I'll see you there. Bye, coworker. Back to the episode.
Yes, you have to. And I feel what people don't realize is that just because someone say, oh, I made my first $1 million, or I made my first $2 million, that doesn't mean that's what's in your bank account.
Correct.
You still have to put out for payroll. You still have to put out for your advertisement, your marketing. You have to make sure that it's really good to go. It's been times to where I would pay my team and I don't get paid. Yeah. But yet you still want something from me.
Yeah.
Haven't supported the business.
Right.
Haven't came in.
Right.
Haven't did nothing. Like,
Right.
haven't sent me somebody.
Right.
Help me help you.
Right.
So it's a lot. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for the weak. You have to be very mentally tough, and you have to understand who you are as a person too as well, and understand that you are capable of delivering and just being confident in yourself, your product, your services, and knowing that what you have, nobody have. And it doesn't make you better than anybody.
Yeah.
It just what I have, nobody has, because I'm showing up as myself. I'm continuing to go. And once you understand that, you create your own wave. Don't look left, don't look right, tunnel vision. And just tear it up. Like I say that all the time.
Period. No. Y'all, this is a good conversation. I hope y'all, if you are a CEO, you should be dropping flames in the chat right now, because this is literally hitting home. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, even if you ain't made your first million, even your first six figures, even your first 250, like even whenever you feel the obligation that you got to take care of your family, you got to take care of your friends, you got to help, you got to help the whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give back, because we have this, especially as Black people, we have this spirit of reciprocity where we feel like when we get, we gotta give. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like, okay, yes, I'm getting all this money, I'm getting all these accolades, so now I need to give back. I gotta help my sister with her kids. I gotta help my mama with her. Girl, technically you don't have the money, and you need to be okay with saying, like, okay, I got this amount. I got $100 I can help with. That's it. And setting those boundaries so you really set yourself up for success.
Yeah, you have to. I agree. I agree. And I tell people all the time, is start writing things down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so visionary. Like, I need to be able to write it. I need to be able to literally see it, pray over it. When I first started my business, I asked God and I prayed. I said, I want to make my first 6 figures. Like, Lord, if I could just make 6 figures. I wrote it down. I wrote down how many clients I need to see. I wrote down how many products need to be sold. I wrote down how I need to do the marketing of what I actually thought was marketing at the time. You know, I wrote down all these things, and then I prayed over it. And my first 30 days in business, we made $30,000. And then in 90 days, we made $163,000. So when I tell you that God show up, you just got to believe it. You got to believe it before you can see it, and you got to do the work. You got to put the work behind the prayer and do the work, because I said, my God, I asked for $100,000, just 6 figures.
Yeah.
And I got 63,000 more in a 90-day time period. So I was like, okay, you trying to tell me something.
It's bigger.
It's bigger. It's so bigger. Like, just keep going. Like, no matter what it is you're doing, keep going. No matter who gonna support you. My biggest supporters are strangers. I don't even know these people. They be on my live and they tell us, like, I'm sure you've been on live and you see how people would say, oh, I just love you so much and this and this, but you don't even get that from the love you supposed to be getting it from. That's the crazy thing. So I just always tell everybody, just keep going. Yeah. And don't get upset when your friends or your family or whoever you think is not supporting your business, because that support is going to come from strangers.
No, absolutely. And I think the other thing is, like, understanding that don't go into the entrepreneurship expecting something to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people step into this journey and, like, I expect to do 6 figures in a day. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I expect for my mama and all these people to support me. Like, Lord, like, don't even have expectations so God can blow your mind. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, just like you said, like, I asked for 100,000, but I got an extra 63.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, allow him. Sometimes we be putting limitations on God. Like, go in there, like, have a plan, understand, have the things, but don't limit him. You know what I'm saying? Because he could really blow your mind if you let him.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I'm telling you, because it's been times to where I would even blew my mind out of situations, not just on the good side, but on the bad side, when I'm like, Lord, what I'm going. Let me tell you something. It's entrepreneurship. It's ghetto. Listen, it's been, if you not ready to figure out what you gonna eat. Okay, what am I have? Water, ice. What am I going to have? Like, you have to be so mentally tough. You have to be ready for this. I think people just come in, like you said, oh, I'm gonna make some money. No, you gotta make some sacrifices too. Like, sacrifices. You have to sacrifice things. If those things that you want to do it. Yeah. Sacrifice, because you got to think about, oh, well, I don't want to put money into this. I don't want to put money into that. You got to spend money in order to make money.
Correct.
And I'm going to say that again. You got to spend money
to make money.
Facts. You have to. And it's just like, you just have to do it. If you're not ready for this, it's not for the weak.
Right.
It's just not for the weak. It's hard, but it's worth it. It is so worth it.
And the benefits of it outweighs the bad things.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't. You be like, man, take me back to work. Okay.
Yes.
Somebody send me a check.
from
You know what I'm
somewhere.
saying? Somewhere, somehow.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, to know, like, we actually really building businesses out here. Like,
Yes.
and it sounds small, but it's like, nah, like, this is your future 500 Fortune 500
Yes.
corporations
Yeah.
that we talking about. You know what I'm saying? These are the businesses that your kids may come work in next year. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, this is like a legacy and history that we're
Yes.
making in our own lives. So it's supposed to be hard.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it's supposed to be a lot. You supposed to be going through all of this. So I always tell people, like, when you go through the ghetto-ness of entrepreneurship, just understand where you supposed to be, because it's supposed to be hard. Like,
Yep.
businesses do what businesses do. They go up. You can have a 6-figure month, and they go down. You can have a 1-figure month.
Right. or no figure.
A no-figure month. Okay, literally.
Yes.
Yes, and you still gotta pay the bills. You
Yep.
still gotta, you know what I'm saying? Nobody may know, like, what's going on behind the scenes, but, like, there's things that you have to sacrifice as an entrepreneur
And still show up for your business every day.
and
Still show up. You still have to show up. You still have to talk to your people. It's been times to where I've been so down and nobody ever knew that, because I still got to show up. I don't have a 9-to-5. I don't have somebody that's paying me every 2 weeks. You know, I have to get out and do this, because if I don't show up, my family, we don't eat.
Right.
And I have to be able to show up. I have to be able to deliver. And I also have to practice what I preach to as well. And it's how you just said that. You was like, you right where you need to be. One of my mentees, she was telling me, like, it's just not going right for me. And I haven't, made money in 2 weeks. And I was thinking to myself, 2 weeks? You talking about you ain't made no money in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, can we have a real conversation? I said, it's going to be like that. I said, entrepreneurship is like this.
Yep.
You going up, and then you come back down. You going up, you're going to come back down. But you also got to be prepared to as well. You also got to save.
Yes.
Save.
Yes.
Don't start making money and just, no.
Giving it out. Yep.
You got to save. You most definitely have to save. But like you said, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
If it was, that's good. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Everybody cannot be an entrepreneur.
No.
Yeah, we need people at the banks.
No,
When
right.
we go cash these checks. We need people there. Like, even if you go to a restaurant, you want to sit down, take your family to a restaurant. We need somebody.
people there.
We need people there. So
everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Now, I want people to know, like, even though I'm a coach, like, I tell people, like, if you're not supposed to be an entrepreneur, like, by all means, don't force it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to make money without being an entrepreneur. There's things that I call entrepreneurship. Come work for a CEO. Let them take all the hits. Let them deal with the taxes and the money and all of that. You get your check, but you building what you love. You building your passion within that business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really love marketing, coming working for somebody like you and taking your marketing to the next level, you getting your check, but you seeing that love language in there too. You know? So don't force it.
Don't force it.
Don't force it.
Don't force it. And what you just said also of going to work with having somebody like come work with you or myself or with you. I honestly feel that when it comes to like building your team and when it comes to people actually working for you, I don't want you to come work for me where it feels like a job.
I want you to love it.
I want you to love what you do.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I take care of you, because if you taken care of, you going to take care of me.
Yeah.
Yes. And sometimes I've had my team has shifted. And my team that I have now genuinely wants me to win, and it shows a difference. It shows a difference. So I love the fact of having somebody on your team that wants to see you win, because when you win, they win.
Yeah. And you know, like, and I think that's the thing about choosing a good boss. And I also tell people to provide CEOs grace.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this is the first time we've ever done this.
Yes.
I don't have a blueprint. Nobody is teaching me how to be a boss, how to train you, how to set up the SOPs, how to like make sure you got a good working environment, how to care about your feelings because your dog just died. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is teaching me this. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about I gotta pay payroll next week, and you talking about I gotta get off for the dog funeral. Like, what talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? But if I act like that, you act like I'm acting weird. You know?
Right.
So I think that people have to like come work for girl, it be real. So,
my assistant has a dog, and that is truly her baby, and I don't have one, so
I don't be understanding. Damn.
That's why I'm laughing, but you're so right.
Yes.
You're so right.
Like, man, we got to work.
Yes, we have to work, and we gonna play Charm or Big Loot, whatever.
Right.
We gonna do that, but we gotta work
Right.
so that way we can plan this for them.
But I'm saying, like, you know, and especially like it's just different situations, right? It's like, oh, my kid, you know, said this, or he need this, or whatever, and I don't understand. If it's 2:00 and little Johnny get out of school at 3, why you gotta go pick him up? Just let him ride the bus. He would be okay. Let him sit in the nurse's room. We got a client coming in. What do you want me to like? And as a CEO, you have to have a level of empathy. And that is not something we already have. It's taught.
Yep. And that is so true, because even things that I just experienced before, just going back to corporate America, I remember I used to work in social services for Department of Mental Health, right? So it would be times to where I know I'm late for work and I'm trying to hurry up and get there. I don't want to get docked. I don't want to lose my money or get written up or anything like that. But when other people work for you, it's different. Like, and I'm like, but then when you set those boundaries and you set those standards for everything to move smoothly and correctly, then it's like, oh, it's a problem. But you was rushing to get to work somewhere else. You was making sure work was did there. You put in all the overtime there. You put in all this time, all this overtime, going in on extra days too as well. So why is it a problem for you to perform here?
And it's, you know, it's just about finding those right people.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, I can't force you to love to be here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I just can't. Like, I love it here because I created this space. But I can't force you to love it. So if you don't love it, please do me and you a favor.
Yes,
and just find you something else.
Oh,
because the thing about a CEO, I think the hardest thing about building teams and all of that is because I'm waiting on you, my team member, to reach your full potential before I can reach my full potential.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you can't do this by yourself.
You cannot. And I tell people that all the time. Yeah. You cannot do it by yourself. Yeah. So I just feel like each person that I had on my team literally got me to something. Like some type of success. Like we did. One thing I can honestly say is with my team, each person that I did have on my team has literally helped me get somewhere, which actually helped them too as well. So I love that. But yeah.
So if you had to lead the girls with anything before we go, I'm like, dang, it's already a time, right? We're like, girl, right? So if you had to leave the girls with anything before we go, what would you tell them to keep them on this Ghetto CEO journey?
I would tell you to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and know that you are capable to do anything that you put your mind to. Do not let someone out-talk you out of your dreams. Don't let someone out-talk you out of your goals. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, a spouse, or a parent, a mother, whoever it is, they should be able to support you in whatever it is that you want to touch to turn gold. Do not fall back on your goals and dreams for no one, and keep going. And also, it's not a race. It's not a race. Keep going. Stay consistent. Never give up. And believe in yourself and deliver.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
I love that.
And get the help you need.
Get the help you need.
Get the help you need. Please get the help you need, because you're learning every day. And the best way to learn is from someone that has experienced and has done it.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
Y'all gotta listen. I hope y'all love this episode. Make sure y'all are blowing up the comments, letting us know what was your biggest takeaway, because this was just jam-packed, full of experiences, and I want you guys to not only learn from these experiences but also apply it in your next season. But I will see you guys later in another episode of the Ghetto CEO Podcast. Bye, y'all.
Ooh, the ghetto. Invoice in. That ain't ghetto. Money spin. Oh, that's ghetto.